Glenn Parker High Vibration Foundation, thank you for joining me. I just had a ton of watermelon and I'm full, but I'm going to get this done. It's getting dark and I wanted to get this done. I like to use natural light. I wanted to talk about Akashic Records and what they actually are. I've heard different things, that it is more information about yourself. And here's what I've heard from many different channels, but particularly KYRON has had a few videos, one in particular that really does go into this, and I wanted to talk about just the overall idea and what was conveyed by KYRON, to my understanding. Your DNA, energetically, and the parts that are in higher density states, because you are a higher density being, your DNA is your anchor here to space and time, as is your pineal gland. And your DNA, all of it together, is really one thing. Now, this junk DNA, the stuff that doesn't make any sense, which I think only 5% of your DNA does what we think it's supposed to do and makes the human body. And then there's 95% that's junk. And they're learning a lot of that's not junk, but the rest of your DNA is your Akashic Records, both energetically, which can't be seen in a microscope, and non-energetically, physically. There is all of your past lifetimes, everything, all collective knowledge that you have collected from all of your simultaneous lifetimes are in your Akashic Records. And your Akashic Records are energetically put into your DNA so that you carry them in this lifetime so that you have access to them. And that's how I understand it, is that your Akashic Records is all of your other simultaneous lifetimes. I'm not sure offhand, to be honest, whether they are just all of your Earth incarnations or if they're all of your incarnations. I don't think all of your incarnations would fit in, even in human DNA. As much space as there is in there, since you're an infinite being in a timeless reality and you've had many, many, many lifetimes on Earth, hundreds if not thousands, so Bashar says, I would imagine that you have such an infinite amount of lifetimes in other simultaneously occurring dimensionalities that it wouldn't be able to be represented in the human DNA, and that's my guess. But this is a good question for another channel, for TReb or for Adronis or for Bashar or any of that. Damn, I need to trim my nails. And those grow fast. I just cut those. When you put good stuff in the body is happy. Let me tell you, my hair goes crazy too. So Akashic Records and what records are in there? That's a very good question to ask, like Bashar or for TReb or for Adronis or any of these channels to see what that is. I'm going to put that on my list for my next session. But that's how I understand it, is your Akashic Records are all your multiple simultaneous lifetimes, I believe human incarnational trajectories, and maybe other ones that you thought would be relevant. That's just a guess. And you put them into your Akash, which goes into your DNA. And it gives you the non-linear access to your higher dimensionality, to your higher self, to your soul, to your spirit, which is a 6th density entity, all the way back up to the oversoul, which you're a fractal of. You are the oversoul having an earth fractal experience. And your Akash is the portion that I think that you wanted to bring with you. I don't think you could bring it all with you. There wouldn't be enough energetic state physically in this body to be able to hold that. At least that's the impression that I get. Because I know all of what you are can't fit energetically into a human body because it would just vaporize. It's just not enough. Too much energetic congruity to bring such a high density into a lower density body. There's no enough space. It's like running 10,000 volts through a 100-volt line. It just fries it. It's gone, evaporates off. So Akashic Records are basically your higher dimensionality, the lifetimes that you wanted to bring in. That's my impression, is what lifetimes you thought would serve you in this lifetime. Now you have access to all lifetimes, to all things, all knowing, and it is through your DNA and it is through your Akash. So you still have simultaneous access to anything you want, but your Akash specifically are your other lifetimes energetically imbued into your DNA. And when you manifest it in this lifetime, on the 49th day of being alive in the womb and the pineal gland started to be active is when energetically those types of things happen, from my understanding as well. And I think Buddhism had talked about the 49th day, something happens that's special on the 49th day. He wasn't talking about the pineal gland, he was talking about some type of awareness. And it correlates with the Bashar and others have said that once the pineal gland is active, then you start to manifest as a physical being and start to have communication. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you very much. Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation, coaching, life, spiritual, and business. Always happy to have a complimentary session for an hour. Also working on a Bashar space-time antenna. I'm going to put an annotation in here so that you can go to the link. And basically I want to replicate, build one of those bad boys and get that out into the real world. We're going to make a 3D model, working on getting that contracted out right now for somebody who specializes in doing those, and have the 3D model available on the website for download. Maybe I'll even put it down in the description so that it's in all the videos. That's a very good idea. And so you can go check that out. I'm going to document that, run that bad boy through its paces, hire some people to professionally do that. And I've been speaking to some people around the world in regards to that and getting some direction and some ideas. And some other people are spinning off in other directions as well. And that will be covered in there, whatever they want to share. Well, thank you very much. Love and light, and have a fantastic day.